Darkness moves differently over the sea. It doesn't simply fall. It creeps, it presses, it swallows. Here we don't just tell stories. We exhume them. We trace old whispers through forgotten places, seeking the pulse beneath the legend. And tonight we're taking you far from the mainland, to a jagged edge of rock and wind and sea spray, a place carved by isolation, watched over by a single flickering light. This is the tale of the Flannan Isles, and it begins, as all proper ghost stories should, with silence. Welcome to Sounds of the Unknown. The Flannan Isles rise like jagged teeth from the sea, off the coast of Scotland, windswept, barren, and soaked in legend. Locals have long whispered of strange happenings there, vanishing sheep, flickering lights with no source, the toll of bells when no ship sails near. In 1899, a lighthouse was constructed on Flannan Moor, the largest of the isles, to guide passing vessels through the treacherous North Atlantic. Manned by 3 keepers at a time, it was a marvel of engineering and a sentence of solitude. There were no villages, no trees, no shelter, only cliffs, wind, and the endless roar of the sea. For the men stationed there, time did not pass. It stretched, it warped, and in December of 1900, time snapped. On the night of December 15th, the steamship Arctur passed by Flannan Moor. Its crew noted something disturbing. The lighthouse, which should have been shining strong through the night, was utterly dark. At first it was blamed on the weather, or perhaps a mechanical issue. These things happen, don't they? But when the relief vessel Hesperus finally reached the island 11 days later, what they found froze the blood in their veins. The island was silent. The landing area was deserted. No one waiting to greet them. No flags flying. No signal from the tower. Captain Jim Harvey, sensing something terribly wrong, led a search party ashore. What they found has haunted every man who set foot there since. The front gate was locked. The door to the lighthouse was closed. Inside, the clock on the wall had stopped. Meals sat on the table, untouched. Beds were unmade, as if someone had risen in haste or never returned to them. A single chair was knocked over, lying on its side near the kitchen wall. One of the keeper's oilskins, his heavy weatherproof coat, was still hanging by the door, which meant one of them, at least, had gone outside, dressed for mild weather, not for the howling storm that had raged days earlier. But the worst came when they checked the tower. The lamp was clean, the oil was full. Everything was in working order, and yet no sign of James Ducat, no trace of Thomas Marshall, no whisper from Donald MacArthur. 3 men, gone, as if the sea had swallowed them whole. The investigation moved quickly, too quickly, some might say. The official conclusion? The men had been swept out to sea by a freak wave while trying to secure equipment during a storm. Perhaps one man had gone out to fix the crane, another had followed to help, and the third, seeing danger, ran out without his coat, and the sea, merciless as ever, had taken them all. A tidy story, but it didn't sit right with many. The details didn't fit. Why was the gate locked? Why were the beds unmade? And why, dear God, why? Was that clock stopped? Something was off. Something far more chilling than a rogue wave. Let's consider the island itself. The locals always feared it, not just because of the storms, not just because of the cliffs. They said the island was watched, that sometimes late at night strange figures could be seen pacing near the tower, tall shapes with glowing eyes. Some claimed the stones whispered in the wind. Others spoke of the sea people, ancient beings that lived in the depths and dragged men down for trespassing on their waters. Just folk tales, right? But then there's the matter of the logbook. A log was recovered from the lighthouse. It spoke of violent storms on days the mainland recorded clear skies, of great unrest among the men, of prayers, of fear. It ended abruptly with a single line, "God is over all." That entry was dated December 15th, the same night the light went out. But how could they have written it if they were already gone? Speculation ran wild then, as it does now. Some believe one of the keepers snapped, overcome by cabin fever, and killed the others before throwing himself into the sea. Others suggest a supernatural force was at play, that the island, old as myth and soaked in loneliness, simply took them. A few fringe theories even invoke time anomalies, portals, thin places where the veil between worlds wears thin. And yet, nothing was ever proven. Not a body, not a scream, not a trace, only a vanished trio and a lighthouse that refused to shine. Since that night, the Flannan Isles have never been the same. Visitors report strange phenomena, disembodied voices, cold gusts in windowless rooms, shadows that move against the grain of light. Some claim they've seen men, three, always three, standing by the cliffs in the mist, silent, motionless. And the lighthouse is now automated. No keepers, no human presence, only the wind, only the waves, only memory. So what really happened on that island? Did the sea take the keepers in one terrible moment? Did madness drive one to murder? Or did something older, something far beyond our understanding, reach out from the abyss that night? We may never know. But the mystery remains, and maybe that's what keeps it alive. That chill in your spine, that echo in your thoughts, that sense that not everything in our world can be explained. Thank you for watching this episode of Sounds of the Unknown. If you found yourself leaning closer to the screen, heart racing, imagining the cold stone beneath your feet on that island, then this is the channel for you. We explore the hidden, the haunted, the places where answers fade into silence. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share this story with a friend who loves a good unsolved mystery. And tell us in the comments, what do you think happened to the Flannan Isles Lighthouse keepers? Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and remember, some lights go out for a reason.